Good morning. This is Bill from out of Europa, Naples, and today I have no airplanes. I've got some noisy birds, but otherwise a peaceful morning. And I have a museum quality example of one of the finest Mercedes-Benz products ever made, the R107 Roadster. This is a car that came out in the US in about 1972. Was just absolutely incredibly popular, epic production run from 72 all the way through 89. This particular model is an 85 380SL, 85 being the last year of the 380s and the best by far. It's got 46,000 miles. It's had just 2 owners, and it is in incredible condition. One of the finest R107s I have ever seen. You can see it's finished in smoke silver outside. It's got cream beige interior. Absolutely gorgeous. The bunt wheels, incredible condition. The bumpers, the chrome, the brightwork, the top, everything on this car is just stellar. Absolutely stellar. You know, some cars are for driving, some are for collecting. The great thing about 107s is they're kind of a mixture of both. You know, this car, despite its low miles, it really should be driven. You really should take it somewhere. That's part of what makes it so much fun to own, is there's such terrific cars to drive. Now, I wouldn't put a lot of miles on it, but you know, let it do what it does best. You can see the condition's incredible, all original as it should be. The lights, the grille, the bumpers, the great fog lights down there beneath. You know, everything just gorgeous on this car. The chrome around the windshield, the Daimler-Benz sticker. I'll show you over here a few little keynotes. You see these silver aluminum wiper arms. Very often those things get replaced by people. They go into, you know, Advance Auto and they buy new blades, stick them on there. All of a sudden you got black arms on the silver wipers. Looks ridiculous. But, you know, so many of them are like that. To keep them like this, you had to exercise great care. You had to actually get the proper inserts, have them installed, and nice to see that done on this car. Hirschman antenna, very, very nice. Have a look in the trunk. Now, absolutely mint back here. The iPhone is really crappy. It always shows up shading like dirt. I can tell you this is absolutely mint down here. Mint and gorgeous. Nice beige color. If you have a look inside of here, this is pretty neat stuff. There you've got the original spare tire. Actually, the original spare tire from 85. Still with the stickers on the wheels, the hang tags. You've got your bag of tools there. That is such a nice thing to see for collectability. Just absolutely mint under there. And of course, no rust at all. In here, you've got very, very nice battery box and jack, as it should be. Nicely stepped down. Everything looks proper. Just very, very clean under there, and what you want to see. Let's have a look under the hood, and then we'll get inside. Kind of fighting the sun here. In a minute, it's going to come out and make the filming terrible. Now, this was absolutely incredible when I first popped the hood on this car. Look at the condition. Absolutely mint. You can tell it's never been up north. There's no rust on any of the connections. Everything nice, proper. Again, being 85, it's got 2 timing chains under there. You see the aluminum air cleaner in great shape. The hood sponge in great shape. Over here in the exhaust manifold, you can see there's still white paint on it. You know, on some of these cars that have, you know, 100,000 miles or more, that's long gone. You know, to see that white protective coating there is a really important and good thing for collectors. All the stickers intact, the stamped VIN and the core support, you can see it was properly retrofitted to the 134. Still has the sticker here. Just a terrific, terrific engine under here. It's a light alloy V8, 3.8 liters. Of course, dual overhead cam. You know, more than enough to pick up this car and move, particularly in 85. And this is one of the faster 380s I've driven because it's just such low miles and in such good tune. You have to put a little grease on those hinges, though. There you can see the bright work on this car is terrific. The chrome, no scratches, no fading, just absolutely lovely. Another weak spot on these cars were the sun visors. You can see these are in exceptional condition, you know, still lighting up, doing what they're supposed to do. Very, very nice to see them that way. Also back here, again, hopefully that iPhone doesn't ruin things. I get in close, you can see absolutely mint, no staining. Still has the factory first aid kit installed. I don't know if those bandages are going to still stick, but nice to see them there. Here you can see this is the kind of stuff that makes this car fantastic. The beautiful chrome finishing caps on the inside of the doors. Have you ever seen a door latch like that? I mean, talk about over-engineered. Going into this guy here, here's a little close-up on the stamps for the European guys if you want to pause the video. There you go. And again, everything just super nice. These are the original seats in original condition. Beautiful cream beige, absolutely gorgeous to look at. The door panels nice and tight, very proper as they should be. All this nice and tight. The mirror, lovely. No crumbly fading or crust, just perfect as it should be. You see these perforations in the door panel. That's kind of neat stuff. That was Mercedes engineering. You see the vent from the AC controls go into the door, so you get hot air or cold air blowing into the door itself, and then that air emanates from here to make you comfortable when you're inside. You know, this is real classical German engineering at its best. The way the seats recline, these big over-designed you know, roller knobs, the big switch, everything clunky and, you know, German and very durable. Just absolutely lovely. Ditto the way the seat adjusts up and down. And again, just the condition of all of this for original is just remarkable. Okay, here inside you see the instrument cluster, which has just absolutely lovely lettering still. There's no fade on it. You know, bright orange, nice, what you want to see. Just 46,000 miles on the clock. And have a look at the Carfax on this thing. Beautifully documented. The way the miles progress is nice and slow. Sometimes you see these cars, you look at the Carfax and, you know, they didn't go 50,000 miles in 4 years or 10 years. You know, what the hell? Well, this one you can see a really nice steady progression of mileage. Up top you can see the dash completely free from cracks. Very nice. That's something you want to look for on the collectible versions. Also one of the finest condition Becker radios I have ever seen. Works exceptionally well except when the key's not in. Let's turn that on for a minute. Alright, there you can see all the graphics are nice. The liquid crystal is nice. It still tunes very properly if you want to do the direct access like that. Try to find some music. There you go. So anyway, it works very, very well. You can see the antenna up in the back as it should be. And again, that is a incredible condition Becker radio. Of course, it has its German buzzer. All the wood and chrome, lovely, no greening, no crusting, just very, very nice. The deep, rich gloss of the wood, incredibly preserved condition. Same with the shifter. Look at the graining on the steering wheel. That really belies its low miles. You know, when these things get 100 or 200,000 miles, they can be smooth, especially if the guy was rough on them. This thing has graining all the way to the top, even in the spots where people would drive. Just shows you the low mileage on the car. Also, the hieroglyphics inside the PRNDL thing here, you can see are just perfect white. You know, they've never had to be heavily cleaned. They just are proper and as they came. Ditto those chrome strips. Also, no wear on the original window switches, no crust inside the mirror thing. This is just very, very nicely well kept car. In here you've got your set of books, the tool to open the top, that's a second key, and its original leather fob there, and of course the German version of the Protecto plate that gives you all the info on the car that you know, you need to know where the hell it came from and what it had. So what can I say? It's just a fantastic machine. Also, you can see the headlights there, nice and proper. None of this is worn off. Still has the proper unleaded fuel sticker. You know, so on and so forth. The car is just so original and nice and complete. And then when you close the door, it sounds like a bank vault. Love it. So let's fire this thing up. And again, look at the keys, still with the original leather fob. Really, really nice. All right, well, sometimes the phone calls make the filming stop. Anyway, as I was saying, original leather fob, very nice, proper, what you want to see with the car. Let's fire it up. There you can see that V8 fires right to life. Idle is very smooth. You got your seatbelt warning. It's got a Lambda O2 sensor. This is one of the first cars that had the O2 sensor telling the engine how to mix the air fuel. You know, really, really nice setup. Well, I shouldn't say this car. That was, you know, probably a decade before that on Mercedes. But again, just the kind of stuff they pioneered. You can see runs nice and smooth, exceptional oil pressure, perfect temperature, you know, no dipping, bumping on the revs, just exactly nice and steady, perfect idle. Here you can see it's all clear, the glass around the temperature in between the vents, the way the wood and the trim lines up, the glove box, just exceptional. This is truly, truly an exceptionally nice example of these cars. One of the finest I've ever seen. Certainly the finest 380 SL I've ever seen. And away we go. So one of the great things about these cars is they are truly classic cars. I mean, they were designed in the 60s. They have that look, the chrome, the styling, the subtlety, but they're still modern in the sense that they drive beautifully, and they're a collector car that you don't feel uncomfortable going down the road in. I mean, you get in a, you know, like a old 60s Alpine, Sunbeam Alpine or something, and it's, you know, it's fun, it's nice, you go down the road, it's great, but God, you're miserably uncomfortable by the time you make it to 7-Eleven. With this car, the way it's a grand tourer. You know, the seats are comfy, the motor's peppy, it's got climate control, heat, air conditioning. You could drive it from Florida to California and feel very comfortable, and that's just part of what makes these such exceptional cars. So anyway, you see it goes down the road beautifully, shifts nice, everything proper. This is an 85 380 SL Roadster. Beautiful, beautiful car. Sorry I didn't work the top for you. It's in great shape. We'll have photos of it. Also has the hard top, factory original, back on a stand at the shop. And just everything really, really nice. Collectible quality car. Essentially what I would call a real museum piece for this vintage and the miles and everything else. A fantastic, fantastic car. If you have an interest, give us a call, 239-649-7300. V8 Pep there. On the web at mercedesexpert.com. You won't be disappointed with this one. Thanks for having a look today. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you with the next one. Take care.